The FPL world woke up to a statement performance. A promoted defender just posted 17 points, and suddenly every manager who set on him is scrambling. If you own him already, congratulations! You've either won the week or given yourself a massive psychological edge. If you don't, the choice is brutal and immediate, because the market reacts fast. Prices rise and mini-league leads evaporate. That defender's return came from a perfect storm, a clean sheet, a goal from a set piece, and an unusually high defensive contribution tally of clearances, blocks and tackles that earned bonus points on top. Those are the kinds of gains that don't happen every match. But when they do, they change the math of a team. A low-cost defender with attacking threat becomes not just insurance, but upside. Look at his fixtures next. Burnley away, Brentford at home. Two matches that, on paper, are ripe for more defensive returns or at least for steady minutes and set-piece opportunities. That's why managers should be thinking less in neat season blocks and more in immediate impact windows. If you can flip one transfer into a 12 to 17 point haul this week, it offsets risk elsewhere. Behind that headline performer, there are 4 other moves to consider before game week 2 locks. Lacroix produced a near-invisible but hugely valuable set of defensive interventions that point to consistent clean sheet potential. He's the kind of centre-back who quietly accumulates defensive contribution points and sometimes sneaks a goal at set plays. Antoine Semenyo shows his finishing instincts in front of goal and has a string of favourable home fixtures that make him an immediate, short-term points magnet. A forward that offers both goals and differential appeal. The £4.5 million midfielder, who started as a number 10, was the archetypal bargain. A manager's dream because he's cheap, nailed on, and occupies an advanced creative role where chances are more likely. And then there's Victor Gyökeres. Yes, his first Premier League minutes were rusty, but an injury elsewhere has pushed him up the pecking order as a title challenger and guaranteed him minutes against a newly promoted defence at the Emirates. That's captaincy bait if you're looking to flip a differential captain this weekend. So, how do you act? First, evaluate the deadline. With only hours to go, the luxury of second-guessing evaporates. If you're picking between a steady long-term defender and this promoted giant who just bagged 17, ask yourself, do I need immediate points to stay in my mini-league fight, or am I protecting my long-term template? If you're down in the table, panic transfers that have clear upside are justified. If you're leading, consider the cost of a rollover. Is the price rise worth risking your structure? For captains, think about matchups. If Salah and Haaland face tough opponents and Gyökeres is at home to a team that conceded heavily from crosses, a one-week captain differential could swing your game week massively. Risk management matters. Rotation risk, fixture swings, and the fact that a one-off 17-point haul is unlikely to repeat should temper reckless transfers. Have a backup plan. If the promoted defender loses starts or the set-piece threat dries up, can you revert without huge hits? Use transfers that preserve at least one free move where possible. Also, watch ownership percentages. The more managers jump on him before the deadline, the less power the differential gives you. Finally, the decision path is simple. If you need points now, buy the promoted giant and pair him with a trustworthy goalkeeper or premium attacker for balance. If you're playing long game, consider Lacroix or the £4.5 million midfielder as lower risk alternatives that keep your squad flexible. Semenyo and Josh King are perfect short-term punts if you want explosive forward output without killing finances. Remember, FPL isn't just about predicting goals, it's about timing. Acting before the deadline with a plan for fallback and an eye on ownership trends is what separates the managers who make early season noise from those who follow it. Make your move. The clock is ticking, and one transfer could be the difference between a river of green arrows and a week of regret.